What's going on, everybody? Sam Norris here with Progressive Lawn Service. First off, welcome back to the channel. Now, if you guys are just tuning in, this is going to be kind of, I think, like a part 2 of a video that I've already posted about how I'm going to be redoing my yard. Now, behind me here, we've got the Kubota SVL 65 with the Harley Rake on the front, and we're going to go ahead and walk through that here in a second, but we're going to finally get around to Harley raking around 7,500 square feet of my yard. And then after that, I don't know if you can kind of see it there in the background, is the Ryan Turf aerator from Sunbelt that we're going to be aerating and overseeding the rest of my yard, roughly 35,000 square feet of it after we redo the one part. So stay tuned, guys, and I hope you enjoy. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the tool that is going to be doing the majority of the work today. This is a Harley rake. I believe this one's actually made by Bobcat there. But this tool is basically a big rotating drum that you can see right here with knobby teeth on it that basically acts as like an auger that's going to turn the ground. It's only going to turn about the top 1.5 to 2 inches of turf. It's going to pull all the grass up. It's going to make the ground extremely level. That's what one of the biggest advantages of this tool is it really levels everything out. It's going to pull all the just junk and crap that you don't want in a healthy yard. It's going to pull it up, get it to the surface, and you can actually scrape it away. We're going to do that with the bucket right there that's sitting on the front of the trailer. That's the dirt. But as you can see on the front here, it's got these tires. They're actually a little bit off the ground right now just because this unit is actually sitting on the ground. But you want those tires to be touching the ground just a little bit, and this rake is actually going to kind of not really hang necessarily, but it's going to rotate the top surface of the dirt there, pull everything up, get all that crap up, and it might take a pass or two depending on how bad your grass actually is. Mine's pretty bad over in the area that we're going to be redoing. But this is the Harley rake. Just wanted to show you guys real quick before we actually got started using it, get a couple close-ups. And here soon we're going to be moving to some footage of it actually in use. And here's the unit that's going to be running it, the Kubota SVL 65. This is my good buddy Alex Huber's machine. He was generous enough to allow me to use it for the day. He'll be here shortly. I have actually never ran a track loader before, so today is going to be pretty interesting. Got the enclosed cab there. So hopefully we'll get some good footage for you guys and we'll show you a thing or two. So stay tuned, y'all. Alright, so this is the back area here. We started back this way and are just kind of working our way to the front yard. Now, see all these little clumps? These are all just clumps of all the dead grass that I've raked up into piles. We'll move those out of here later. I want to kind of show you guys, I should have elaborated on this earlier with how the Harley Rake actually works. You can spin that drum in two different directions. So if you're driving forward, you might want it spinning backwards. That's going to give you more of a digging action and will just pull a little bit more of the ground up. Like right now, Alex has it spinning towards us, but he's going backwards. So you're going to get more of a pull of dirt that way. It's just going to make your passes that much more efficient. Now, if he goes forward, he might switch the bucket to spin the barrel to spin the other way. Let's see what he does. Now he's going to leave it. Now these are very short passes compared to earlier. This part's only probably about 25 foot in width. As you can see, he's got it spinning towards him. It kind of kicks the dirt back towards the operator a little bit. So you kind of make these slow passes here. It's just going to give you more ground that you're disturbing and tearing up. Makes your passes just a little bit more efficient that way. Alright, so we got all these piles that we need to get rid of all the old crappy grass. We're going to make a big pile and just pull them up to the dump trailer there and dump them that way and take them off into part of my field that's kind of over by the woods. We'll just use that to dump all this excess dirt and stuff. So we're going to get all this stuff put up in the bucket from around that way and get this taken care of. Now the goal here is to get all that grass and all the clumps off the dirt without actually scraping a large layer of the dirt away. And then, to finish, just pull right up to the trailer, throw the bucket back, and dump her on in. Just like that. Alright, so we got this area mostly free of all of the old, dead, crappy grass. Bringing in topsoil by dump trailer load over there, just to kind of back up to it and make a working pile just a little bit closer. And Alex is over here spreading the topsoil out all along through here, all the way back here to the area that we dug up around that way. So hopefully this will turn out really good and follow along. Pile's almost gone there. Just so we have to make less trips across the driveway and through the other part of the yard was really the only reason for making that small pile there. And that will just work from here. Alex is going to spread that soil a little bit better over that way. drop the bucket and then back drag a little bit to smooth it on out. Alright, so we got all of the topsoil that was over there in a big pile spread out. We'll take a walk over here. Now, if you notice, Alex's bucket to a skid loader sitting right there on the ground. We went ahead and threw the Harley Rake back onto the Kubota. We're going to take it and kind of fine tune all this area here and around to the side, the whole area. It's not only does the Harley Rake work great for tearing the grass up, but I think I said it in the beginning of this video, it works great for coming back and leveling the area a lot better than a bucket could do, unless you're like an absolute wizard with a bucket. As you can see here, he's just going back over this area, and he's going to be hitting it with the Harley Rake. Kind of smooth things out a little bit better, make a lot cleaner of a finish. That way you really don't even notice any kind of transition area in your dirt. It's just going to be a lot better, a lot smoother, a lot more level, and theoretically the entire area will just blend in with the existing lawn. Alright, so we got this area all leveled out, nice and smooth. Now that Harley Rake we came back with, and a lot of the big clumps is basically what we were using that for, to level it out a little more, knock out those big clumps, because there's quite a bit of them with some of that topsoil that was just buried down low. So got this area all done up here, out this way. This is a couple more high spots Alex is going to hit really quick. He just checked his fuel gauge and he actually only has about 20 minutes of fuel left, so he's going to run over those spots real quick, and we'll probably call this one done. I'm going to go back with my hand rake and kind of rake out a couple of the other spots that we weren't quite able to get to, but all in all, it turned out very well. I'm very happy with how smooth and level it is, and now we've got actual good dirt where real grass can grow on top. Alright, so we are all wrapped up for today. I'm going to take you guys on a quick walkthrough before we end this video, but as you can see here, got all the dirt down finally, Harley raked, everything's pretty smooth. I've got a couple spots that I'm going to go around with my rake and actually hit those just to smooth them out a little bit better. But we'll go ahead and walk through real quick and take a look at everything we did today. Alright, so we got everything nice and smoothed out here. This turned out really well. I got a spot right here I'm going to knock down a little bit more with a rake, just to make it a little bit smoother, less of a transition. It's kind of like a shelf, if you will. And I'll go ahead and say this now, I'm not an expert on the whole excavating thing, so I'm sure I use some terminology that is going to tick some people off. It was probably the wrong terminology, I don't know, but this is more or less just a process video to show you guys what all exactly we are doing to my yard. Now all this area here is fairly smooth, it's pretty level. I got a little spot right there I'm going to level out a little bit better with the rake. Got it, it's actually sitting right there. I started down there, I was just going to work my way around. But let's head around to the other side of the house over that way, and we'll take a look at everything we did there too. Now this small spot here, we just kind of added some soil to it. We didn't really hit it with the Harley rake, but this spot was, if you guys remember, really low, and it kind of actually went straight in and up right along there. It was just like a runoff area from where all the water came off that hill down there, and it just created a shelf for the last like year and a half or so of just straight dirt. We went ahead and took the Harley rake to this area. This was more or less the same thing as right there, but we smoothed all this out right here. I'm just going to kind of seed this area and hit it with the rake as well, but obviously not in that order. We go up the hill here to this spot. Now this area really doesn't get much sunlight, so if the grass doesn't grow here, I'm probably not going to be too super mad. But I just wanted it to be smooth because it was rough riding the mower up that hill and hitting all these bumps and taking stuff out of there and putting it having to drag it down through the yard there. It was really bumpy. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you like this video, stay tuned for the next one. The next one's going to be about the seeding, how we're going to do the seeding out here in the yard. And hopefully we'll try to do a little bit of instructional video on that as well. This video was more or less just to show you guys the process that I was taking to redo my yard. It wasn't meant to really be anything super crazy or scientific. I just wanted to show you guys what my yard needed, which was the first video. And this video is the process more or less to get everything right, get actual topsoil in, not rock and clay, which is what was under all this. We scraped a lot of that out and filled up 2 wheelbarrow loads of that in the dump trailer. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks, and stay tuned.